up, everybody? Headed down the Green Road again. It is December the 20th, 2020. 12/20/2020. Probably one of the worst years that, for our country on record. And got a little bit worse last night for us in that my brother-in-law's wife, Michelle, lost her dad. And that was on the 4-year anniversary that Christina and Rich lost their dad. So, kind of a rough time. But, hey, just check out God's artistry over here. Because I'm coming over the 206 bridge. But Nick was supposed to be with me this morning, but he wasn't feeling that great on Friday at school. So he said he was still feeling a little bit off yesterday, kind of a little weak and stuff. So anyway, he bailed on me kind of last night into this morning. So I'm going to be by myself. But it's low tide. Looks pretty low too. And opposite tide we had last week. But the nice thing is we're going to have some sun today. I think the clouds are going to build in, potential rain later. But looks like I'm going to have some sun this morning, which will be nice because then I can find my way where I need to go. Plus it's low tide, I'll be able to see where I want to go. But hunting some redfish, prowling the flats. Back to the area that Nick fished last week that was good for us. And I have seen almost no movement on the flats. I mean, I've seen a few mullet here and there. I've seen a couple little small potential schools of redfish moving, but not much. It's really, really weird. I mean, I paddle long ways, You would think I would have seen something by now. But no, they're just not up here on the flat moving. Which is weird, considering we're, trending toward late December, about 5 days before Christmas. You would just think they would start moving up. As this water's cooling off, it's clearing out. You would just think they'd be up here. But I'm not seeing them. Didn't really see them last week either. And like last week, I kind of blamed it on the fog because, we had fog all day. Maybe they weren't moving around because of that. I mean, like today, so today is going to be, it's pretty sunny. So, we can't blame it on the fact we got cloud cover and fog all day. You know what I mean? So, I'm not real sure. Low tide was 7:40 this morning down here. It's a little after 8. I want to say it's like 8:30 now. Like I said, I'm just not really seeing. I mean, I've seen some mullet schools, moving for sure. Just not a lot of actual predator fish activity. Mullet schools aren't worried. They're just chilled now, swimming around. Not even really, irritated. What you would think, this kind of morning, they'd be you'd really see them start to get beat up a little, Dang. Yeah, but maybe as this tide starts to move in, we'll start to see some more movement out here. But like this was the area Nick and I fished. We fished it, I guess, like right as the tide kind of bottomed out. And then as it started coming back in, which is kind of where I'm at now. It's not moving a ton right here. But like where I just cast is where Nick caught his flounder and his red. I mean, his flounder and his, that one trout. And I had caught a trout and a red off kind of this area. Big thing is I'm going to keep paddling around. This area I know holds fish. sure. I've caught them here both times I've been down here. So I know the fish come in here, especially as the tide comes in, because it's going to come right down that cut right through here. And kind of push out onto those flats. This is just like a highway right through here, because that goes straight out to the ICW. So they're for sure going to use this. I think. It certainly looks like a pretty easy straight shot for anything to move in and out, up and down there's depth right here, a good little stop-off point. I'll put my paddle down here in a minute, but I want to say we've probably got 7 or 8 feet right here. Even at dead low, it's a nice little hole. Not even any like pinfish or anything like pecking away like I was getting pecked at last week. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I just touched bottom, so I probably got like 6 feet here. And almost everywhere I paddled, to get down here, was like a foot and a half, foot or foot and a half deep, When not, so got hung up. May have been my uni knot, maybe a little bit tied that grade or too bulky. But even in that cut, you got a couple feet of water. So, we'll see. We shall see. Alright, got a little something on the voodoo mullet. It's not very big. A little red. Dang, he engulfed it. Good Lord. I think he wanted it. Look at that. And look, he just drilled it. Dang, buddy. So that's like a good sign. When I've had fish hit this thing, it's generally what they've done is they've just destroyed it. Dang, buddy. That's pretty interesting. So just kind of cruising along here. I put the voodoo mullet behind me and I was going to troll it, and then came across this kind of deeper area. Found this dude. Very nice one. Wish I was keeping fish today. Don't even have a cooler with me though. Oh, let go. That's not a smart idea. Oh, stop it. Sounds pretty interesting. Goodness. This dude hooked. Ugh. You can have my gulp. Anyway. These suckers are so great. Come on, I just want a picture with you. Or pose with you. Come on. Anyway. Not a bad little guy. Not bad. You probably don't want this gulp. It's probably not good for you. Anyway, pretty decent one there. If I had caught that trout earlier, I would have my slam. That's okay. But yeah, I was just kind of drifting across that bar right there. Like I said, I looked down. I'm like, man, I can't see the bottom. So, that's kind of one of the things that I look for, and especially when you get out in a place like this, where it's just a big flat, right? Is you got to find something that will hold the fish, that's different. As I'm drifting kind of out toward the ICW right now, you know, shallowing up. But like over there, I mean, it was probably, you know, 4, 5, 6 feet. I mean, literally, I saw the water kind of darken up, and I looked down, and I'm like, dang, I can't see the bottom here. So I was like, well, that's different than pretty much most of this area, because like now, you know, I'm cruising into about 1.5 foot of water. I can see the bottom again. So, I don't know, one thing I've learned, you know, is you always look for something different, like, because that's where the fish are going to hold, especially when you have a little depth, you know, like here. I mean, it looks like it was pretty deep all the way across between these two bars here. And so, that's one thing. And then, you know, I always kind of ask myself, well, why did I catch that fish right there? You know, what held them there at that particular moment? And I think that's one lesson that you can always learn. You know, I think a lot of people just go fishing and they don't really think through. And that's one reason why they're not successful, or as successful as they could be. You know, they'll catch some fish. They never ask themselves, okay, well, why did that fish hold right there? You know, and kind of make a mental note, you know, tide, time, you know, all that. So, I mean, here I am at 9:39. Tide is actually coming back in. It's kind of weird how it's pushing me. But yeah, it's, I don't think people ask themselves those critical questions, like, okay, you know, why did I catch that fish right there? You know, what was the key? And, you know, a lot of people attribute it to luck, but if it was all luck, why are there some people that are just way better than any of the rest of us? Because they know those things, right? So for me, you know, those are always things I kind of ask, and I'm always looking for something different. So anyway, I'm going to get back to fishing. Kind of funny, as I was just talking to myself, that I didn't really care for this area too much. And I throw out, and I found this little hole right here. It's got 3 or 4 feet of water on it. And threw out on this oyster ball right here, and found this little redfish. Not real big, but he's a little better. A little better. And this tail, oh my gosh, this tail is lit up. Oh, stop it. And that tail is lit. I do! Slammage! Hey! Some trout too. Right on that edge, on that drop, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. Skills there. Decent guy. Alright, so I threw near this isolated grass that I'm being pulled into right now, and look what I found. I have a feeling. So a lot of times as this current either comes in or goes out, you know, I start to look for isolated cover like this. He was right about where I'm sitting now. So kind of a strategy that I have. I don't know if it always works or not, but it's something that I look for. You know, like what can they stage on, you know, as they're coming in.
mouth right there, that little ditch looks pretty good. I'm catching anything. Yeah. Yep, there's one there. Ah, missed it. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's small. It's swimming at me. What is that? It's a little red. But, you know, I'm like trying to think about, you know, where are they going to stage as they're coming in, you know, wanting to get to where they want to go, which is probably up in this grass to feed. Oh, he swallowed. So that's kind of the thing I think about, you know, is where are they going to stage at? Anyway, another little rat. But yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, staging areas and, you know, where do these fish want to go? And I think they like to move up into these ditches and into this grass. I'm like, alright, well, where are they going to kind of pause, right? Alright, so I paddled into this little ditch right back here. I threw right in this corner. I'll find this little guy. He's not real big. Another blue tail lit up. Oh, stop. Good grief. Nope, quick release. So yeah, I've had a little rain shower. It's still kind of drizzling, so I'm probably going to shut the camera down. Figured I'd try this little ditch a little bit. But I've been just trying to hit these grass lines. You know, and like I said, I saw it looked like a little pocket, little bend or something. Threw into it, got bit. So anyway, I'm going to keep this going, see what happens. Of course, knowing my luck, it's been a while since I've been back here. Maybe like right here that I was getting bit. I don't know. Can't remember. I seem to recall it was over there, though. It was over there. That's a flounder. Yep. Flounder just started swimming with it. Little guy. Oh, come here. Come here, booger. Little dude. Come here. Okay. Dang. Little guy. Went down, kind of hung out right there. Just kind of cruising these grass lines. Got me another little rat. Not sure where the bigger ones are yet. Not where I've been fishing today. But, you know, I've fished a lot of days and caught not much of anything. So, even catching these guys and being out in this weather, I mean, I've had a little bit of rain today. Not too much. I mean, just being out and it's cool. There's no breeze. You know, catching those little fellas. Could be worse, right? Could be worse. It's definitely not, like I said, definitely not a bad day. Yeah, and I was just kind of paralleling these grass lines. And I've gone back. I got away from the weedless because I was getting pecked by some pinfish on these gulps, and it takes a while to kind of screw these things back together. So then I tried some Z-Man so they wouldn't get wouldn't get pecked away. And those things, it's tough to get them started, with that little screw. So I got it in, and got it screwed down, got it put on there good, and then I don't know if I got hooked up on some mullet or something, some like little pecking on the line, and next thing I know, I jerked it a little bit. It's all fouled. It's like, all right, I'm not doing this again. So I just decided to go back to my 1/8 ounce Slayer jig head and just do that. But yeah, the thing about coming out here, like I've said before, this is such a big area. And I paddled through a lot of this, and Nick and I noticed this last week. You paddle through a lot of it, and it's like the Dead Sea. There's like literally nothing. Literally like nothing for a while. But then you, I don't know, you happen on a little spot that's just a little different, and it holds fish. And right now, like I said, I'm just trying to cruise these grass lines. I got this nice little creek I've fished a couple of times, or I've done a whole lot, but Ryan, saw him post on St. Augustine Kayak Anglers. He was catching some trout through here on the top water a couple weeks ago. So more power to you. I've never done a lot here in this creek. I've fished it a few times. I brought Ben here one time, guy that works for me. Oh, that's a better fish. That's a better one. Oh, that's definitely a better one. I brought Ben over here, and I think all we did was catch catfish in that creek. But you see, the strategy changed. Oh, that's definitely a better fish. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go for a little sleigh ride, y'all. Dang. Angry. What was I just saying about I haven't found the quality? But no, I was just cruising these. I like to cruise these little grass beds. I feel like that's kind of what they do, is they get up on top of them. 'Cause in a lot of cases you got oysters, right? So, the mullet, crabs, shrimp, everything will come up here and hide. So, that's why I've been kind of paralleling them. Just trying to parallel it, and finally got a quality one. A nice fish. I'm hitting something on my phone. It's gone around me like 2 or 3 times. This is a good fish right here, y'all. So this paddle put away. This is a good fish. It's healthy. Man, it's fighting like crazy. Sleigh ride. Through the flats in a one redfish sleigh. Come on over here. Come here. Stay in the grass. Pretty fish right here, y'all. Pliers. Come on. Come on over here. clown show. Man, that thing is way down in our gullets here. Let's see if I can do this the other way. Oh, baby. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm really not this bad at netting fish. Really? Really? Come on, you're making my wrist tired, baby. There we go. Jeez. Woo, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh. I don't know if I'm getting that back. Nope. She engulfed it. Absolutely engulfed it. So it might be upper slot. So it might even be slightly over. Give it a measure real quick. Let's see. Pretty fish today, man. Pretty fish. Fish. It's a nice one.
Is that a red?
Yeah.
What keep it?
Yep. About 25 and a quarter. Fat and healthy.
Yeah, I've been getting little rats.
I've gotten a bunch of those today too. That was my first real quality one. But she gets to swim again. I don't have a cooler today. Kind of a clown show trying to net it, but guess I'm out of practice catching them that size. About time to call it a day. I am almost back at my crossing for Green Road. Figured I'd fish this little island right here for a minute while I'm on my way. But, you know, not a bad day. It's, 7 little rats and a nice 25-incher. A couple of flounder. Keeper trout. You know, it's never a bad day, right? Well, for some people it probably is, but for me, who goes, you know, 20 times a year or something, I don't know, maybe a little more than that. Depends on how much golf I'm playing. Actually, I took about a 6-month hiatus from doing any fishing, really, because I was playing so much golf until I hurt my neck, which find out hopefully Monday. Well, actually, I do my MRI Monday. Hopefully find out why my left arm is weak and has had pain like in my left shoulder and shoulder blade area, which I could really feel it trying to catch that redfish. You know, I could feel the weakness in my left hand because my left thumb's actually pretty numb, but I can feel it kind of in my wrist and forearm. There's just a little weakness there. But yeah, it kind of sucks, but you know, at least I can get out here and do this. I can feel it some when I'm trying to, you know, paddle left-handed. You know, I definitely, you know, sense some issues. You know, and like I said, trying to fight a good fish, you know, that was not a real easy thing to do. Definitely, you know, from a landing standpoint, it was not easy because once I had that thing in the net, like I had it, you know, I had the net in my left hand, like I noticed I really struggled to lift it, you know, because I just had no strength in my hand. So I'm ready to be over that. Any of you guys have ever struggled with, you know, any kind of disc issue, which is my first time, like literally on my birthday, 50-year-old birthday, started having issues. It's hell getting old, I guess. But yeah, if any of you guys have had it, you know, it kind of sucks. You know, you don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like, you know, you can do everything you want to do or you're used to doing. So, anyway, like I said, I'm out here. It's December 20th. put in over here, Green Road, and got rained on some, which that's why I have my camo gear. That's why you can barely see me with all this grass here. I mean, it did rain on me some, so I was kind of glad my youngest son didn't come, because I do have another rain suit. I have a golf one, I have a black one, but doesn't have a hood or anything, so I probably would have been wearing that. He would have been in this. But, glad he didn't come. I think it would have been tough on him. Probably wouldn't have gone as far, wouldn't have paddled as much. I don't know, though. He hung in with me last week. We paddled about as far as I did today, honestly. Yeah, he hung in pretty good. So, anyway, it might have been okay, but the rain probably would have been a little bit better for him. But anyway, thanks for watching. Good to do this again. And I hope I'll do a few more. We won't take such a hiatus from video editing, video stuff. I don't mind shooting the video. It's the editing that's a pain in the butt. It just takes a lot of time. Especially when you want to, kind of craft a story and tell a story with it, and not just, shoot a bunch of video catching fish. Anybody can do that. A lot of people do that, but I don't know. I like to try to tell a story. Hey, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is how I'm fishing today. This is what I'm trying to do. That way something coherent comes together. And the fish picks that tail off at some point. Didn't even feel it. Anyway, y'all have a great one, and we'll be chatting soon.